Hello and welcome to another York Sports Network broadcast here tonight. We are in Downers Grove, visiting Downers Grove South High School, where the York Dukes will take on the Downers Grove South Mustangs. York Dukes so far 2-0 this season. Downers Grove South 0-2. So we'll see what happens here tonight. I'm alongside me is Connor Choi. Connor, what can we expect from these two teams here tonight?
Yeah, TJ, we're going to be looking for another win for the Dukes before they enter conference play next week. Downers South with a loss against Wheaton North, and last week, Downers Grove North. They lost that game 35-13. However, their defensive line in the first half was very good. They held Downers Grove North running back Freddie Ragsdale to 11 yards on 18 carries, so this is a very physical defensive front. However, they struggled in the passing game, only throwing for 74 yards in the game. And for this DGS offensive line, it's a very tough assignment. You have Jack Troutman and Joe Reef on the defensive line, and I talked to Coach Fitz earlier this week, TJ, and he said the combination of Troutman and Reef really allows for the linebacker core of Masieri, Ostendorf, and Gahn to fly on the ball when it's a run and then be very effective in the pass coverage. As for the offensive side, they obviously put up 42 points last week in their win against Nazareth, and I asked Coach Fitz, how is the emergence of Chris Danko, who has 4 touchdowns in his first 2 games, really helped elevate this red zone offense and overall offense? And he said obviously the run game has been as advertised. But with Danko's emergence, especially when they're double-teaming Luke Maylander, he's just a key part to this offense now, TJ.
Well said, Connor, and we're just about to get underway here in Downers Grove.
Here we go.
As the kicker, Nathan Austin, is out to boot this one away, as York will be receiving first. That ball kicked back to Danko. Danko receiving at the 10. Danko moving to the near side of the field, evades one tackle, steps out at the 25-yard line, giving the Dukes some pretty good field position as we see Sean Winton and the offense step on for the first possession of the game.
Yeah, lots to be impressed about so far. The first 2 games, TJ Winton has not only proved himself showing his extreme talented arm with excellent deep ball placement. He's also shown a little bit with his legs too. He had 50 rushing yards last week against Nazareth, so he can get out of the pocket, evade pressure, and even pick up some yards. And we saw more designed runs from him last week, and look to see even more of those this week.
Sean Winton to take the snap, gets this one out quickly to Luke Maylander. Maylander not able to hang on to that one, falling incomplete.
Luke Maylander committed to Illinois State over the winter, TJ. He's extremely fast, and he's a great route runner. Also a great track athlete, too.
Flag on the play.
Flag thrown as the ball was snapped. Most likely going to be a false start here on the offense. Send the Dukes back 5 yards.
Offsides on Downers Grove South, going to be a 5-yard penalty.
It will be an offsides penalty, but on Downers Grove South, so moving the Dukes closer to the first down marker. Now bring it up a 2nd down and 5.
Last thing you want to do, TJ, is give this team free yardage. Every yard counts when facing such a talented offense, and that penalty does not help them out at all.
Winton takes this one, fakes it off to Melian, gets it out quick to Trinanich. Trinanich works his way up to around the 35-yard line, stopped just short of the first down marker, brought down at the 34, making a 3rd down and short here on the first set of downs for the Dukes this game.
Nice little short pass there. The pressure came early on Sean, but he stayed poised and just delivered a nice throw, and that brings up a 3rd and 1 now. A lot of options to go with here.
Winton in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Melian. Melian going to get plenty more than the first down to gain. He's going to get up to the 40-yard line for a gain of 6. Moving the chains for a York Dukes first down.
One thing Melian is just so good at is powering through on these 3rd and short situations. Time and time again, TJ, have we seen him really come through on the 3rd down and pick up a new, fresh set of downs for the Dukes like he did last play.
Winton getting another quick out route to Maylander. This time he holds on to it for a 5-yard gain out of the 45.
That brings up 2nd down and about 5.
Ball at the 30, at the 45. Ball snapped on 2nd and 5. Handoff to Jake Mellion. Mellion evades the defensive end, trying to get to the outside. Able to gain 5 right around the 1st down marker. They're going to mark him just short at the 49, bring up another 3rd down and short for the Dukes.
Couple of nice cuts by Jake. It looks like the DGS defensive line kind of got away with a false start penalty there. I saw someone jump on the line, and Winton was looking for a flag to be thrown.
Winton fakes this one, gets it quick out to Kikos. Kikos easily gets the 1st down. Brought out of bounds by number 11, Dylan Spencer, the 2024 defensive back and wide receiver.
Kikos had his first reception of the season last week against Nazareth, and he gets his 2nd catch of the year pretty early on in this game.
Ball snapped here. Winton rolling out. Gets it quick off to Trinanich. Trinanich up to the 40. Tackle at the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 1. Duke's looking to get Trinanich involved a lot and early here in this first game. Really haven't seen much of him so far this season, but they're making sure he gets his touches here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, primarily been used in the run game for blocking assignments, but a couple of early receptions here, and he's looking very promising this game.
Winton takes this one, looking for Maylander, forces one in there, and Maylander's not able to come down in bounds with that one. Maylander tightly covered by Jack Sharolitnik. Winton on another 3rd down. Takes a snap. Handoff to Mellion. Mellion able to bust his way up the middle for another gain of 5. He's been very consistent on this drive, 5 or 6 yards every carry. Picking up another Duke's 1st down. Now moving this ball up to the 33-yard line in Downers Grove South territory. They have really not shown much of an effort here defensively on this first drive. Winton takes it. He's going for the deep ball to Maylander. Maylander jumps up and he comes down with it. Great catch by Luke Maylander, able to moss his defender. Great thrown ball from Sean Winton, putting it only where Maylander could make the grab. There was a flag, however, back at the 30-yard line. The refs are talking this one over. Play was not blown dead beforehand.
Yeah, the flag was thrown pretty early on, TJ, but that was just an incredible catch by Maylander. I mean, whether or not that counts as a touchdown.
Penalty has been waved off. It is a touchdown.
Flag is waved off, and that touchdown will stand. Luke Maylander catching another deep touchdown pass from Winton. It seems that Maylander is Winton's favorite deep ball threat, especially on this side of the field. A lot of deep passes thrown into the end zone, caught by Maylander. He's just a great receiver. He's got the height. He's got the speed. He can get that separation. And in a case like that right there where he's being tightly covered, you know he can go up for a jump ball and make a great play on the ball.
Yeah, you really can't let him beat you early, TJ, because if he beats you early, he'll turn on the jets and he'll just absolutely toast you. There, the cornerback caught it up, but then he jumped over and caught the ball and just made him look silly, and that was just an incredible catch right there for the first touchdown on the opening drive.
Quad's able to knock down the extra point, making the score 7-0 now in the first quarter with 9 minutes left to go. We're going to take a short break here. You've been watching York Sports Network. Back now off the touchdown drive from the connection between Sean Winton and Luke Maylander. Damian Glod's out to kick this ball back to Downers Grove South. This one's up and away. And that one's going to go out of bounds, so that's going to be a flag, putting DGS in a great spot here, starting at the 40-yard line. And that's exactly what you don't want to do, is put that little bit of extra pressure on the defense right after a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Glotz has been perfect up until that kickoff right there. That just had some weird spin on it, TJ. It's kind of just spinning towards the left.
Looks like there will be a redo kick on the kickoff here. Moving the ball back so it's 5 yards deeper from the original 40 kick line. So now Gloss will be kicking off again from the 35-yard line. Claus with his second attempt here on the kickoff. He boots this one away. Just going to be a short squib kick. Ball's going to be past 10 yards, and it's on the ground. DGS able to recover, though. Touched by Trinanich on that one, but not able to come up with it. DGS catches a little bit of a break right there, but they're going to have great field position to start this drive at the 44-yard line, making this a really short field here for Max Sherrup and the offense to operate.
Entertainment today, I believe.
Yeah, that was
Phillies.
Kind of sneaky there, TJ. Glotz tried to catch the Mustangs sleeping. I mean, we saw a botched kickoff from the Nazareth Roadrunners last week that resulted in a turnover.
Potter takes the handoff, gets it to his running back, Deion Davis, up to the 47.
Gain of a few.
Potter not listed as a quarterback on this Downer South roster, listed as a defensive back and wide receiver. Will Potter also playing baseball and basketball here at the varsity level. Potter takes a snap, gets this one away quickly. Being pursued by a couple of Dukes, breaking a couple tackles there was number 14, Chris Williams.
It's going to result in Downers Grove South.
Able to get the first down there for DGS, and they'll be moving the chains early here with just 2 offensive plays.
Nice quick little pass there to pick up a first down.
Potter in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff here. Rolling out right. Pass intended for number, looks like 18, Jax Kanik. Incomplete, though. Second down and 10, right where they were.
Potter just had to quickly run out and just kind of try and get rid of it. Pressure was brought very early on from Joe Reef and Cole Ostendorf, and those are 2 of the team's best pass rushers, and Potter had no choice but to try and quickly get a pass out. Looks like the ball was relatively on target. Unfortunately, it was just dropped by his receiver.
Potter on a second down and long, sends his man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to the running back. Davis not going anywhere, though. Brought down by Jack Troutman and other fellow Dukes for a gain of 1. So a third down and long now presents itself to this DGS offense. And the York Dukes can get a huge stop here and get the ball back up 7.
Yeah, TJ, and this is what I highlighted with you at the beginning of the game. That it's really hard to run the ball against this Dukes defensive line. They're just so physical. They'll almost beat you to the line of scrimmage before the running back can even get there, and that just makes it hard to get positive yards when you're running the ball.
Third down and 9 to go. Ball snapped. Potter rolling out to his right. Pass over the head of his intended target, Cameron Casper. That one flies out of bounds. There was a flag at the line of scrimmage, though. Looks to be a holding penalty on Downers Grove South. Most likely to be declined to bring up a 4th down, but we'll see. Penalty is declined, so now 4th down and 9.
Penalty was declined.
Dukes were able to flush Potter out of the pocket early, and that really didn't give him time to set his feet and make an accurate throw. And that was a huge overthrow to his intended receiver, and this was a really good job by the Dukes defense after giving up the early 1st down. And now they'll get the ball back and be able to march down the field again with the offense with all the momentum in their favor after that first touchdown.
Danko back to return at the 10. Smith barely getting that kickoff. A little bit of wobbly. Danko's going to pick it up at the 5-yard line. Not able to get anywhere. Barely up to the 10. He's still fighting. Brought down right at the 12-yard line after a 7-yard return.
12 or 13-yard line to be first and 10.
So now Winton and the Dukes offense is going to have to come out here and have a long drive to get any points, as they're going to have to go 88 yards.
TJ, on this drive, look for Chris Danko to get more involved. We didn't see him at all on the first drive. We saw a lot of Trinanich and then eventually Maylander with a great touchdown catch, but look for Danko to get some targets.
Winton hands it off to Melian. Melian has some open space. He's able to get up to the 25-yard line before being dragged down by 4 DGS defenders. He will get the 1st down, moving the chains. We'll see if the Dukes rely more on the run here on this drive after really airing it out on the first.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this offense this year. You really don't know what's coming. Sometimes offenses from opposing teams can be one-dimensional, but this full of surprises.
Winton rolling out to his right. He's got some guys open deep, and he hits Maylander at the 40-yard line. Maylander now putting on the Jets, and he's going to get into the end zone. Sean Winton to Luke Maylander for the 2nd time tonight on another deep ball. Maylander wide open, and using his speed that we see every single week to beat the safety and get into the end zone for another Duke 7. 13-0 with 6:15 left in the first quarter. And this offense is looking electric right now.
Yeah, TJ, and I think that's probably one of the best throws I've seen all year from Sean Winton. On the run, hits Maylander, perfect ball placement, and he's able to use his speed and just explode into the end zone. It's his 2nd touchdown tonight. And Winton, again, that deep ball accuracy, part of what makes him just such a great quarterback.
Good snap, good hold, and good kick as Damian Glotz puts another one through the uprights. Still perfect on the season for extra points. We're going to take a short break here before the kickoff. Dukes lead 14-0, 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. You've been watching York Sports Network. Glodz to kick this ball away for the 2nd time tonight. This one going to be a bit deeper than the last one. Fair catch called at the 26-yard line by Cameron Casper, the junior wide receiver, as Will Potter will come back out to try and lead this offense down the field and cut into this York Dukes lead.
With Maylander's previous reception for that touchdown, that makes it 3 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the night. The first quarter isn't even over. And this is shaping up to be one of his biggest games of the year, TJ.
Potter to start this second drive. That was a quick screen pass out to his running back, Davis. Davis not able to go anywhere. Dukes are ready for that play. He's going to lose a couple of yards on the pass. Just no room to run for Deon Davis. We haven't seen him get any space in the receiving game or rushing game so far.
That's just been pretty much a big struggle for this Downers offense pretty much after the first down, and Duke's defense doing a great job locking up.
Potter hands it off again to Deon Davis. Davis getting back to maybe the original line of scrimmage, gaining 1 or 2. Third down and long again for Downers Grove South. Definitely going to have to look to get this one through the air.
Tried pitching it to Deon Davis this time. And they got positive yardage, but again, they're still just looking for that big explosive play.
Potter on the third down and long to go. Duke showing blitz and they back off. Troutman still gets in there though. Able to get the quick pass out to Keon Maggot. He's not going to go anywhere though. Not getting a single yard on that play. And the Mustangs punt team will most likely come back out here, as we see them do now. Clock ticking down here in the first, 4:30 left to go. Duke's already having 14 points, so they're going to be getting the ball in great field position once again as Danko is set up to return this kick at the 35. Punts away, almost blocked there by Joey Massieri. Short punt. Going to get a bit of a friendly bounce, picked up at the 45, so Duke's get it in their own territory but not by much. Wouldn't be surprised here if the Dukes go straight back to the pass that's worked so well in this game so far.
Yeah, the Downers Grove South has almost no answer for the passing attack in the first part of the first quarter right now. And really it's been a mixture all year, but so still expect some more rushes, but overall it's going to be a pass-heavy game if this Mustangs secondary can't tighten up the coverage on the receivers even just a little bit.
Winton to take the snap here. He's going to hand this one off to Melian. Melian cutting up the right side, getting a gain of 4. Second down and 6. Offensive line has looked great on the run plays so far tonight, leaving Melian with plenty of space to use his legs.
Offensive line, yeah, TJ, they've looked really good. Not only in the run game, like you said, but also in the passing game. Sean has loads of time in the pocket, and that's why he's able to hit all these deep balls, because it gives Maylander time to get separation.
Winton takes it. Another handoff to Melian. Melian gets through into the secondary this time, up to the 35-yard line for a gain of 15. And once Melian gets past that first line of defense, it really gets scary for the defensive secondary, as we've seen him break off many big plays this season once he gets past the linebacking core. Almost saw one there, but the safeties both collapsed on him.
So hard to tackle, yet so fast at the same time. That makes him a dangerous running back.
Winton taking it again, looking to pass. Going through his options, doesn't have anyone open, so he's going to take off. Cutting up the middle, and there's a fumble. Ball's on the ground, and Downers Grove South has it. Winton didn't have anyone open, tried to use his legs, but the ball was popped free. Picked up by William Potter, it looked like. Sorry, no, number 8, Bobby Barrett, the one who picked that one up. We'll see if that one comes back to bite the Dukes. As DGS comes back out, they're going to be placed at the 30-yard line. That was a really good chance there for the Dukes to put the lead up even higher than it already was. Costly turnover there from Sean Winton.
Yeah, it's a tough break. The pocket collapsed. None of his receivers were open, so Winton was flushed out. Tried making a run for it, picking up a couple of yards, but then he got hit hard, and then the ball unfortunately popped out, and that results in a turnover.
Play blown dead. Flag. Going to be a false start on the Mustangs. A lot of penalty flags thrown on the Mustangs already in this first quarter.
And we saw that last week when York played Nazareth. If you're just constantly getting penalties on the offensive side of the ball, it just does not help you at all, and it already puts you in a deeper hole than you're already in. I mean, the Mustangs are down 14-0, and if you're getting penalties that are moving you back 5 yards, that doesn't help either.
Potter on a first down and long. Going to hand it off. Another flag. Going to be another false start, and now they're going to be pushed back another 5 yards. First down and 20 now. And you were just talking about those costly turnovers, and not even 3 seconds after you said it, they did another one.
I mean, the penalties, they're moving yourself back. They haven't even played like an official snap yet, and it's 1st and 20. They've moved back 10 yards. And this, with the way this defense has been playing, it just makes it so much harder to get anything.
Potter getting this one out quickly. Going to connect with his receiver, that being number 3, Cameron Casper. He's able to get up to around the 37-yard line.
14, it looks like.
That's a huge play there on 1st and 20 to bring it back up to a 2nd down and 6 to go, making it much more manageable now to pick up this first.
Yeah, nice bounce back after the 2 penalties to start this possession, and now they have 2nd and manageable here.
And the snap, hand off to Deion Davis. Deion Davis gets his first taste of sunshine there, up getting past the 40-yard line, moving these chains. So those penalties not affecting them whatsoever right there on those last 2 plays. Those have been 2 of their most effective play calls we've seen here tonight.
That's a nice mix. Nice bounce back, first of all, after the back-to-back penalties like you said, TJ, but also I really like that play choice of the quick passes at quarterback. You don't have a lot of time to get the ball out with this Duke's defensive line, so they're doing a nice job adjusting the game plan.
Potter, another handoff. This time to Davis once again. Davis going to pick up a gain of 2, bring it to a 2nd and 8. Clock now winding down, under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Potter's going to take this one. Another handoff to Davis. Davis getting back to the line of scrimmage. Ostendorf comes up with it, trying to say the Dukes had the football, but he was marked down before the ball came out. So now a 3rd down and 8 for the Mustangs. They've had a lot of 3rd down and longs, have not completed on any of them so far. 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. Potter trying to complete this 3rd down and long to keep the chains moving. He's going to go to a quick pass. Just a quick little curl route right there. Dropped by Keon Maggot, though. The drops have really killed this DGS offense so far. They've had their opportunities to gain yards, just not able to come up with those completions that the Mustangs so desperately need right now, down 14.
I like the play call. Nice little curl route. Quick pass. He's just not able to hold on to it. And that's their fourth failed third down conversion. Or third failed third down conversion.
Smith looking to punt again. Once again, almost blocked by Masieri. Danko going to call for the fair catch at the 28-yard line. See what kind of adjustments Coach Fitz has for the offense after the turnover from Sean Winton on the fumble.
Punt is down. Going to result in a change of possession. Back to York.
TJ, I'd say go back to what you were doing before. Stay in the pocket, stay calm, collected, look for the deep ball.
First and 10, York.
Mix that in with some Jake Melian carries. I think this offense should be completely fine.
Winton first snap after the fumble. He's going to pick this one out to Melian. Melian getting through, making one tackle, evading another, and up to the 45-yard line. Melian's been looking really good on these last two drives.
Yeah, another nice run from Jake. Really speeds up there. And he's had heavy workload these first 2 weeks and already getting a decent amount of carries in the first quarter as that comes to a close with only 20 seconds left.
And with the new set of downs, Winston's going to send Danko in motion, and he's going to hand it off to Danko. Danko cutting it back up into the middle, getting dropped at the 50-yard line for a gain of 5.
That's a nice jet sweep right there. Danko has a little bit of experience at running back. We saw that a couple times last year in some of the blowout games. So when he lines up at receiver, there's always the option when you put him in motion to hand it off for the jet sweep like we saw right there. And I think if you're not careful, that could lead to some damage if you're the Mustangs defense.
And at the end of the first quarter, the Dukes of York lead the Mustangs of Downers Grove South 14-0. And while we have this short break in play, we're going to take a break as well. You've been watching York Sports Network. Back now to start the second quarter. Winton on a 2nd and 5, handing the ball back to Melian. Melian rushing for 7 yards, able to pick up the first down. Dukes moving the chains once again. Winton on 1st and 10. Going to get this one out to his receiver. Finton Helm putting on the Jets himself, the tight end, getting dragged down at the 8-yard line. Huge game from Finton Helm, going all the way from the 42 down to the 8. The Dukes looking to be in a hurry-up offense, trying to get this defense out of their personnel. Winton on 1st and goal. First time in the red zone tonight. They get this one out quickly to George Kikos. Kikos tackled out at the 2.
Play went out of bounds. Going to bring up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal now for the Dukes.
Going back to the Finton Helm reception, he really hadn't had a big play yet lining up at tight end, but there, nice catch, accelerates, and he just won't go down, and he picks up a bunch of extra yards. And now the Dukes inside the red zone have a great opportunity to extend this lead to 3 possessions.
And the snap here to Winton. Handoff to Mellion, and that's a touchdown for the York Dukes. Jake Mellion, first rushing touchdown of the night. That's now 3 consecutive games with a rushing touchdown for him as the Dukes take the lead 20-0. 21 if Damian Glotz can knock down another extra point. 11:09 left in the second quarter.
That was all around a great offensive possession by the entire team, TJ. Great blocking from the offensive line. Nice quick passes from Winton. And some really got helped out by the yards after the catch from his receivers and Finton Helm at tight end. And Mellion able to just punch it in.
As there is a flag thrown in the backfield. Going to be a false start on the Dukes, so make it a little farther of an attempt for Glotz. Instead of his typical kicking distance, this one now going to be a 25-yard extra point. Wicklow, the long snapper, Ruggieri, the holder, and Glotz, the kicker. Ball is snapped, and Glotz puts that one straight through the uprights. Penalty did not affect his kick there. 21-0. Dukes score another touchdown this time from Jake Mellion off of the huge play by Finton Helm, getting them inside the 10-yard line. And as we await the kickoff, we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Glotz to boot this one away. Going to be a deep kick, returnable for DGS. He's up to the 15-yard line, wrapped down by Aiden Link and Charlie Georges.
Aiden Link starting on special teams again after that great heads-up play against Nazareth when they fell asleep during a kickoff, and he was able to get the ball back for the Dukes right after they scored.
Potter trots out with the rest of the DGS offense. This really seems like a must-score drive here for the Mustangs, down 21 in the first half. They can't get something going. And the Dukes have another chance to put more points up on the board, extending their lead. That could lead to a lot of trouble. Potter takes the snap, hands it off to Davis. Davis swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by Joey Massieri and Charlie Georges alongside Cole Ostendorf. There's just been no room for Davis to run here tonight, as the offensive line for the Mustangs has really just not been able to hold the powerful defensive linemen and linebackers of the York Dukes.
I mean, Davis got the ball and almost instantly gets lit up again by that linebacker duo of Ostendorf and Massieri. Been so good tonight.
Potter takes it. He's going to throw this one out quickly through the hands of Cameron Casper.
Yeah,
guarded very tightly on that play by Georges. No room for him to make the grab there. 3rd down and 12. Still not been able to pick up a 3rd down conversion yet. Could we see the first one here?
Maybe. You never know. Got the Dukes defense holding though, TJ.
Potter ready to go on the 3rd down and 12. Potter instantly pressured. He's going to have to run out as he's getting tackled by the linebacking core of the Dukes once again, led by number 36, Evan Gaughan.
Gaughan, one of the players Coach Fitz highlighted as well as one of the key guys in that linebacking core. I mean, when the defensive line puts pressure on early, that really flushes out the quarterback when he can't get a throw off, and the linebackers are right there almost as like a second wall that it's almost impossible to get through.
The offense has just been very, very quiet here in the first half, not amounting to really anything. As the punt is away, as Danko's ready to receive it. Fair catching this one at the 41-yard line. Winton and the Dukes looking to extend this to a 4-touchdown game. Only 3 minutes into the second quarter. The offense has looked very electric here in the first half.
Yeah, they've looked excellent, TJ, and they have some great field position to start off here. They're going to be at the 42-yard line. And again, if you just keep doing what you've been doing all game, some nice passes. Winton already has 171 passing yards to go with his 2 touchdown passes. They've looked excellent.
Winton takes this one. It's going to be a pass play. Looking for his receiver. Crossbody throw. He had Jake Melian wide open at the 10-yard line. What would have been a for sure touchdown falls through the hands of Melian. That would have been his first receiving touchdown. And really, that was just a great throw and find by Sean Winton, throwing crossbody on the run.
Yeah, Melian, not really known to be a big receiving back, was just left completely wide open at around the 15-yard line. Sean does a great job recognizing that as he's kind of being flushed out of the pocket. Rolls to his left, makes an excellent crossbody throw. Unfortunately, Melian cannot hold on to it.
After the Melian drop, Winton drops back to throw, getting this one off to Maylander. Maylander makes a great sideline catch, tackled out at about the 28-yard line. They are going to move the chains with another first down.
Excuse me, can bring a first down.
The Winton to Maylander connection has been very strong tonight, stronger than we have seen yet this season.
Another solid route from Maylander. And one thing, not only do you not want to let him beat you early to get the deep ball, but if he's running that short route, you can't let him get a lot of separation either from the directions left to right. He will make you pay.
Maylander on one-on-one coverage, but the pitch is going to be thrown to Melian on the outside. He's going to get up to the 32-yard line as he's thrown out of bounds.
Off the left side.
Second down and 8 now for the Dukes, now threatening to get back into the red zone.
Melian found an early hole, but unfortunately Danko couldn't hold the block just a little bit longer. Otherwise, Melian would have gotten much more, but nice and crafty, able to still get a positive gain instead of getting blown up before the line of scrimmage.
Diet Cokes and Sprites.
Winton now going through his progression, hits Maylander on the curl route, somehow able to stay up, fighting off the tackle and picking up the first down. Not able to wrap him up was number 8, Bobby Barrett.
Well, Barrett goes for the low dive tackle, and Maylander just pushes him straight to the ground. He face plants into the turf, and Mailman's able to get a couple extra yards. Unfortunately, gets tripped up and is down, but that's another, again, just creative and athletic from Maylander.
Winton takes this one, rolling out to his right. He's going to look to tuck and run this one. Thinks otherwise, gets it off to Melian. Melian holds on to this one at the 12-yard line.
I want to thank Joe Freelon out there keeping us safe and security. I'll get you some Michael Jackson later, Joe.
Second down and short now for the Dukes.
In the house.
Winton doing a great job of going through his reads.
Silver Fox, here we are.
I think he looked at each one of his receivers on that play, able to find the running back out of the backfield. .7:10 and the clock ticking down here in the first half. Winston takes this one, hands it off to Melian. Melian looking for a hole, waits for his blockers to get there. Ball is out.
Ball was loose. Indication on the field.
Ball is fell out of Melian's hand around the 5-yard line, and it's going to be the Mustangs football. Melian fumbled it, claiming he was down, but the refs saw otherwise, and the Mustangs are going to get the ball back. Big mistake there. That's the second fumble of the night for the Dukes. First by Melian, that being his third on the year. Although the turnover did occur, the Mustangs are going to have to trot down 95 yards with 6:54 left to go in the first half to get a touchdown and bring it back to within a 2-score game.
Yeah, and this offense did such a great job getting inside the 10-yard line, and that is a costly fumble for Melian. That's his third of the year, and pretty much at the goal line. Huge blow for the Dukes as they're trying to extend their lead.
Potter takes a snap, looking to get this one out quickly. He finds his tight end, maybe able to grab 1 yard right there.
On the near side to bring up second down.
Tight end Matt Lapacek.
Little tight end screen reminiscent of the Vikings' fourth down play against, is it the Detroit? No, the Giants. It's against the Giants. Kirk Cousins to TJ Hawkinson. TJ, have you seen Kirk Cousins' new mustache?
I have.
What are your thoughts on that one?
I think he needs to shave it, Connor. That's what I think. Potter takes it, hands it off to Davis. Davis once again going nowhere. Has only had one run for over 6 yards here tonight. Troutman in there once again. He has really proven himself on the defensive line this year. He's been amazing all over the field, and that combination of him and Joe Reef on the edges is just so dangerous to opposing offensive lines.
Yeah, and Troutman looked to be one of the guys that had to step up big time this season, and he's done that and then some. He has been incredible for this defense.
Potter takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's in the end zone. There's going to be a holding call. Ball falls incomplete, and if that is a holding, that will be a safety, and yes, it is. Dukes forced the safety on the mistake again by the Mustangs with another holding penalty. Score now 23-0, and the Dukes will get the ball back again with 5:24 left to go in the first half.
Well, TJ, we talked about how penalties can really affect a drive. This one not only affects the drive, it effectively ends the drive and costs them some points in the process. So it is a safety, extends the lead 23-0. And now the offense has a chance to go on the field and redeem themselves. 5:24 left in the first half. That was just great defensive execution. Flushing Potter out into the end zone. And a costly penalty that results in the safety for the Dukes defense.
And if you are Will Potter right now, you must be frustrated as this offensive line, it's just really not helped you out much, giving you any time in the pocket to throw. He's really had to get the ball out quickly. And it also doesn't help when they haven't been helping you out with the running game either, because that running game is what you need to establish to have that offense in the passing game really open up. So not being able to establish the running game has caused the real downfall of the Mustangs offense so far.
Yeah, and we saw the same kind of thing last week with Nazareth's quarterback Logan Malachuk. The offensive line really didn't do them any favors. They weren't really able to get the run game going. The passing game really struggled because the Dukes were able to stop the run game from really going anywhere. So now they were forced to pass more, take more risky deep shots. And it really ended up backfiring on them in the end, and we're kind of seeing the same thing happen here in Downers Grove. So they're going to have to shore up the offense if they want to get some points on the board and avoid the dreaded blowout.
Nathan Austin, the punter, to punt this ball away after the York Duke safety off the holding penalty. This punt going to be quite short, and it's out of bounds, so the flag will be thrown.
That kick went out of bounds.
Because it is deemed such as a kickoff, you cannot punt the football out of bounds after a safety. It's played just like a regular kickoff. If you kick it out of bounds, it's going to be a flag. So it's going to be a redo of the kick. Just push back a little bit farther. So it'll just give the Dukes even better field position than where they already were. For the Dukes just elect to take the ball where it was instead of having the re-kick, it looks like. And yes, that's what they will do. They will decide to take the ball where it was at instead of having them re-punt it.
Well, TJ, I kind of like that decision. I mean, that punt was not very good. It didn't really go anywhere. So if you just take it where it was, you're still getting some pretty good field position. They're getting the ball on the 40-yard line, about where they started last drive. Had 2 fumbles on this drive. It hasn't hurt you one bit, but you really want to shore that up, especially on the goal line.
As Winton takes it, he's got Maylander deep again. A deep bomb just out of the reach of Luke Maylander. Winton just led him a little bit too far. Winton wishing he had that one back as he knew he had Maylander wide open for a touchdown right there. 2nd down and 10 instead going to be the result.
Oh, that was so close. Luke did another great job getting downfield. Sean just overthrows him ever so slightly, and I think if that one's just a little bit closer, that's easily a touchdown. That would be Maylander's 3rd touchdown of the half. So he broke away pretty much instantly.
Now on the 2nd down and 10 after the missed touchdown chance. They're going to hand this one off to Melian. Melian able to dive forward to the 34-yard line, a gain of 6.
Melian again just running it up the middle, punching it through the gut of the defense, some would say. And slowly but surely getting at least 5 yards each run, and the Mustangs defense having an incredibly hard time dealing with them.
Winton, quick out route to Maylander. Maylander again drops it, this time on 3rd down. That's the 2nd time we've seen Maylander drop the out route pass. It's only 4th down and short, though, so in the Mustangs territory, so it's really a good spot to go for it. It says out of Glodz's field goal reach, and it's really just not a spot where you want to punt it. And that's exactly what Fitz decides to do. Winton trying the hard count. Can't get them to jump, though. Winton on a 4th down and 4. He's going to tuck it and run it. Makes a great move right there. Winton up to the 20-yard line. Great play there by Sean Winton to evade the pressure in the pocket, step up, and get the 1st down on a 4th and 4. He did a great job making a great juke move, picking up the 1st down and moving the chains, keeping this drive alive with 4:20 left to go in the first half.
Sean's so elusive at quarterback, and he's able to step up, make a nice run, pick up the 1st down. And that's some excellent improvisation from Winton.
Winton hands it off to Melian. Melian's going to cut back up the middle, now back to the outside. He's going to pick up 6 yards on that one. There is a flag thrown in the backfield, however. most likely a holding penalty, and that's what it will be. So that will send the Dukes back, making it a second down and very long to go.
I want to say hi to some people watching at home, especially I just learned Brian and Emily Petring watching from South Carolina.
Winton after the holding penalty in the shotgun. Takes a snap, gets this one out to Finton Hellman, another tight end screen, this time gaining just 5. Saw him break one off earlier, not able to do the same thing here, just making it a much more manageable second down. Any yards on that first down play is what you're looking for if you're the Dukes.
You just want to advance and move a little bit closer.
Dukes coming out in trips right formation. Winton taking the snap, looking to that side of the field. He's going to launch this one deep to Danko. That one tipped, though. Just a little bit of a short throw. Great play there by the defensive back. Number 12, Jack Shoniki. Makes a great play on that ball, stopping Danko from getting his first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and I mean, throwing in the double coverage is never easy, TJ. Sean, especially when it's underthrown, and Sean just slightly underthrows it, and it was, luckily for him, it was just batted away and not picked off. That's definitely not the read he was anticipating.
Wins it on 3rd and 15. Looking to step up in the pocket, throws on the run. He's got Danko through the hands of the defender, and Danko. Ball thrown into a tough coverage right there. Winton not able to pick it up as that pocket collapsed quickly. Ball going through the hands of, once again, Jack Shinicki. He's been all over the defensive side of the ball. As it looks like the field goal unit will come out, and Damian Glaz will try his luck here on a 45-yard field goal.
At halftime, we do have the Phillies with a performance.
TJ, they're really going to test his limit here, and he's got an absolute boot of a leg here. And
43-yard field goal.
43-yard field goal. This will not be easy for Glotz.
Timeout called here by the Dukes. Going to talk this one over. We did see Glotz kicking from this length in warm-ups, and he was knocking them down. Of course, the condition's much different now than it was earlier tonight. We have seen him make these before last season. This will be his first field goal attempt of the year. Only extra points kicked by Glotz. He is perfect on the extra points. So looks like the Dukes are going to attempt this 43-yard field goal after the timeout. Downers Grove coming back out now after the timeout, looking to block this and keep the score right where it's at 23-0. 3:02 left to go in the second quarter. And the snap here, Glaz gets his kick away, and that one is good with plenty of room to spare. He knocks down the 43-yard field goal, extending the Dukes lead to 26-0. Really showing off the leg there was Damian Glotz.
Yeah, Glotz with some extreme kicking power.
29, Damian Glotz
nails it with room to go. I mean, that's probably not even close to his max range.
26-0 York.
Dukes get some points on the board after the big penalty. They now lead 26-0. 2 minutes and 56 seconds left to go. We will return shortly.
McQuade's now on the kickoff, ready to kick this one back to Downers Grove South after the 43-yard field goal was good. That's going to be a long kick. Going into the end zone for a touchback.
Going to be first and 10.
So now Will Potter and the Downers Grove South offense will be coming back out on the field, looking to get their first points of the game before the half ends. They're going to have to work quickly, however, as there's 2:56 left in the first half, so not much time to work with.
Mustangs really need to at least try and put together a semi-long drive.
Fake pass to the handoff to Davis.
Run up the middle brings up second down.
Davis able to pick up maybe 2.
TJ, the Mustangs need to get something going here. Only 2.5 minutes left and counting. Haven't really put together a solid drive at all, actually.
Potter snaps this one, gets this one out quickly. That's going to be caught, and gained about 3 yards there was Keon Maggot.
Clock is stopped. There's an injured player on the field.
Maggot looks to be hurt. So with the injury timeout, we're going to step away here. Don't go anywhere, though, as we'll finish up the first half here. You've been watching York Sports Network. Back from the injury timeout now. Potter on a 3rd down and 6. 2:12 left to go in the first half. That one burned one of their timeouts. Potter takes it, looks to get it out quickly. That one batted at the line, but still caught there by Casper. Great catch and concentration to bring that one in, even though tipped by Joe Reef.
Bring up 4th down. Timeout is taken by York. Timeout by York.
It's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 when we come back from the York Dukes timeout. Calling that timeout, looking to get the ball back one more time and get more points up on the board before halftime. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes varsity football on York Sports Network. Goal line formation for DGS. They're going to hand it off to Davis. Davis fighting for the first down.
Run up the middle.
Very close to the line of scrimmage. The Dukes think they have him stopped short. They're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line, which is the line to gain, and they're going to give him the first down here. So the Mustangs do pick up the 4th down and 1, and they're able to move the chains and keep this drive alive, trying to get any kind of points here before halftime.
Yeah, it was very close, and they added the extra blockers in, and it pays off.
Penalty flag. Indication is offsides on the Dukes.
Offsides on the Dukes right there. Going to give the Mustangs free yards, make it a 1st down and 5 now from the 35-yard line. Clock now rolling. Mustangs still have all 3 timeouts here. Potter handing this one off to Davis. Brought down by Troutman and Evan Gahn. Only a gain of 1 on that. Clock now under a minute. If DGS wants to put up points on the board, they're going to have to work fast, but it looks like they're taking their sweet time here. .30 seconds now left on the clock in the second quarter. Potter in shotgun. Snap this one, fake to Davis. He's rolling out to his right. He gets it to his receiver. Caught by number 13 right there, Carter Moravich. His first catch of the night, moving the chains. Timeout called by DGS, 13.9 seconds left to go. What kind of play call do you think we can expect here? It is 1st down and 10. Only 14 seconds left. What do you think, Connor?
Air it out, see what happens. Down 26-0. Why not? See what you got downfield. We haven't seen a single deep ball thrown because this defensive line really hasn't given them a chance, but maybe they'll bring in an extra safety, maybe only go with 3-man rush. That should give him extra time to make a deep ball throw downfield, don't you think?
I would totally agree. I mean, it can't get too much more out of hand on a deep ball thrown. Where they are placed now, they are at the 41-yard line, so a deep ball probably going to put them on the other 20-10 range. So very unlikely of an interception return, and an interception at that point with that much time left, the Dukes would probably most likely just come out and kneel the ball at putting it into halftime.
All right, 1st and 10.
So we'll see if you're right here, Connor, as Potter comes back out. DGS still has timeouts to use, so maybe go for a quick play timeout and then go for the deep ball, getting them a little bit closer, but we'll see here. Potter gets time on this throw. That in between receivers, Jonathan Salza on the play. Pass was intended for Cameron Casper. Ball thrown a bit short. 9.3 seconds left to go now.
A bit short. It's debatable. Bounced on the ground. I mean, that was just a pretty weak throw, TJ. I don't know. But I think you go for it again. You just kind of got to air it out again. It's that or take a knee to end the half. I mean, multi-score game.
Potter rolling out. Gets this one to his receiver. Straight out of bounds goes Moravich.
Gain of a few will bring up 3rd down.
4.5 seconds left to go from the 45-yard line. It is a 3rd down, but I don't think that plays much of a factor, as this will most likely be the last play of the first half. offensive line's got to give Potter some time to air this one out down the field because anything short's just not going to help.
The Dukes are only going for a 3-man rush.
Dukes with 5 defensive backs out on the field, expecting the deep ball. It's going to be a handoff instead. Davis brought down, and that's going to bring us to halftime. Questionable play call going into the half. Dukes do lead 26-0 after this first half. Connor, what do you think this DGS team has to change at halftime to, 1, get on the scoreboard, and 2, stop the Dukes from just running up the score?
Well, let's start with the offensive side of the ball first. I really think that they need to change up the running game. They've been running the same running plays all of the entire first half, and it's just doing absolutely nothing. It's going nowhere. And for the passing game, I'm kind of a fan of these short little screen and slant passes, but they have to mix some deeper shots in there because when it's a passing play, these defensive backs from the Dukes are figuring it out exactly what play's coming. So I'd like to see a bit of a selection change. And as for the defensive side, when you're going to try and stop the Dukes, I mean, York has done everything right in terms of offense. The deep ball placement for the most part from Sean Winton has been spot on. Unfortunately, they fumbled the ball at the goal line, but you were able to find out that Damian Glotz has an incredible leg, hitting the 43-yard field goal. Run game has looked solid still. Melian, again, with another rushing touchdown. He's got at least 1 in every game he's played in this season. And Winton also looked good. Maylander having an explosive game. I'd like to see Chris Danko get a little bit more involved. He's been very quiet tonight after having 2 great first 2 weeks early in the season. But other than that, that's about it, TJ.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, Connor. Once again, score 26-0 in favor of the Dukes. Don't go anywhere as we got second half action here in Downers Grove. You have been watching York Dukes varsity football on York Sports Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, second half is almost underway, but we want to take a second to bring you stats from Bird in the Bank. Ryan Bird, out of your list of stats, what is the most impressive one to you so far?
I probably have two notable stats here. We have Luke Maylander with a great stat line right now, 5 catches, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. We also have Cole Ostendorf on the defensive end, just dominating right now, 9 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. Absolutely being a monster on the defensive end of the ball. We also have Sean Wynn, just over 200 passing yards on the game. Does have those 2 passing yards as well. A couple of rushing yards with him. And we also saw Fenton Helms' first catch of the season. That has been stats with Bird in the Bank.
All right, thank you, Ryan. That was Ryan Bird, ladies and gentlemen. And also looking at this stat sheet, the DGS mascot just hopped up on top with us. But looking also at the stat sheet, Winton getting a lot of receivers involved. 5 different receivers with a catch. Winton has over 200 yards, 202. Luke Maylander, 5 catches for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns, like Ryan said. And it's just all around a very solid performance. And from this Duke's offense in the first half, Masieri, 6 tackles. Ostendorf, 9 tackles with 3 tackles for loss. And the second half is going to start in 2 minutes.
In the memory of my good friend Jim Meisner. Let's hear it. Make your noise with your voice.
Now back from halftime where the Dukes still lead 26-0. Damian glides to kick this ball off to DGS, and in the second half we go as that ball is going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So DGS will be set up right at the 20-yard line, looking to get their first points of the game, and this is a big spot where DGS needs to pick up some momentum and get some points on the board. Potter getting ready for the first snap of the second half. Looking to make it a big play as the running back goes out in motion. Davis. It's going to be thrown to him on a screen. He catches that ball. Loses 4 yards, though, on the at the running back screen as Ostendorf and Joe Reef are ready for it. Davis, though, goes down. It's going to be an injury timeout, looks like, here after the first play of the second half. We're going to take a quick break here. Hopefully he is okay. You've been watching York Sports Network. Downers Grove South now coming back from the injury timeout. Davis getting stretched out over on the sideline, was able to get off the field, though. That's always a good sign. Potter taking the snap on second down and 15. Hits a second receiver in the hands. Pass dropped, though, by the tight end, Matt Lepenchek. A lot of drop passes here tonight from Downers Grove. It's really limited them to what they can do and produce on the offensive side of the football.
I think Donato Belize got a cut of that last play. That was some great coverage. He got a piece of the ball there. Excellent job by him.
DGS on another third down and long. We've seen that a lot here tonight. A trend they did not want to follow in the second half, but are here anyways. Potter dropping back, getting pressure, steps up in the pocket, makes a great play, but he's still taken down for a gain of 0. Did a great job avoiding the sack, but no yards gained anyways, bringing up a 4th down and 15. So the punting team going to come out here and kick this ball back away to the Dukes. And this Dukes defensive line has looked very dominant here tonight. Don't you think so, Connor?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, great defensive showing, great special teams all around, great team effort, and they're looking to carry that throughout the second half.
Punt away here, plenty of time given to Smith. That ball going to bounce at the 40-yard line, and it's going to get a friendly roll to the 45. Still going to be in Downer South territory, as the Dukes offense will come on out here in their first possession of the second half. They're really looking to put this game away early, trying to avoid any drama that could happen here if DGS were to come up with a big play.
She's going to pick a song here in a minute.
Obviously, scoring now would be huge, because if you score a touchdown, this puts you up 30 in the second half. So the clock would be running, and that would be a great way to help kill time and have the game meet its end sooner.
Winton takes his, hands it off to Melian. Melian able to get up to the 45.
Middle there. It's going to bring up second down.
45-yard line, or 41-yard line, sorry. Gain of 4 there. Bringing up a second down and 6 now.
I think in the second half, with such a large lead, you're going to see a lot more running plays with Melian and short screen passes, either Maylander, Danko, Kikos, any of the guys available lined up at receiver.
And the snap, handoff to Melian once again. Melian going to break free of the first defenders. He's going to break away up to the 25-yard line, taken down at the 23. Great run there from Melian, avoiding the tackles, getting a big gain there of 15 yards, putting them just outside the red zone at the 24.
Another big run from Melian, and his workload probably going to increase even more in this half than it was last half. And just in this run-heavy offense, such a heavy workload, he's able to pace himself pretty well.
Winton, another snap and another handoff to Melian. This time, Melian's going nowhere for a loss of 1 on the play.
Second down for York.
Great stop there from the defensive line of Downer South, brought down by number 90, Riker Dudley. Winton on a second down and 11 now. Clock continuing to run. Winton takes this one. He's going to drop back to throw. Ball deep to George Kikos, out of his reach over on the right sideline. Ball thrown just a little bit too far as that ball goes out of bounds. Bringing up a third down and 11. We've seen the Dukes convert on these third down and longs so far tonight. And we're right around that Damian Glodz's max range, as this would be about a 50-yard field goal if he were to attempt this. Offense looking for anything but a sack. Would stop them from scoring points. Winton going to roll out left. Sends his man up the field. Going for Maylander. Maylander going up for another jump ball. Ball just barely underthrown right there. He got his hands on it, but it also hit the helmet of the defensive back, number 16.
You think that might have been number 19, Connor Kelly?
Or sorry, number 19, Connor Kelly on the deflection. Fitz now faced with a decision whether to send Glodz out there or to have the offense try to convert this 4th down and 11 and keep the chains moving. If they were to not convert, they would not be giving DGS very good field position. That would be right around where a touchback would be.
I mean, you're shooting to go up 30 here. Glatz would only put you up 29.
Winton takes a snap with a 5 wide. He's got Finton Helm in the end zone, and it goes right off his chest.
Pass is incomplete in the end zone.
Ball hawking attempt there from
to the Mustangs.
Number 12, Jack Shinicki, but he wasn't even able to get a hand on it. Finton Helm not happy with himself after that drop. That's going to be a turnover on downs, and that's going to have the Dukes defense is going to have to make another big stop here to get the offense back out on the field.
And if you ask Helm, he's going to say, I should have that every single time Great throw from Winston. Great job by Finton getting open, and unfortunately just not able to come down with the football there.
Another quick possession change here. DGS with the ball. Potter to take the snap, and he hands it off to Davis, who's back in the game. He's going to get 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Mustangs. It's always a good thing to see when you got an injured player getting back into the game, as Davis is now, after that last drive where he had to come out. Potter in the shotgun, giving the adjustments at the line. Looking to take the snap. Looking to throw. Now that ball batted away by Joe Reef. Defensive line has done a great job getting their hand on the ball, not letting many passes get through, as it's very hard to throw over a man Joe Reef's size, as he is 6'5". Can't really see over him to see that receiver.
Yeah, he just towers over everybody else, TJ, and it's such a great advantage when it comes to knocking down passes when he gets through the line of scrimmage early.
Potter on a 3rd down and 8. Looks to get it out quick, and he does, but that throw out of the reach of his tight end. Just not able to make the grab there was Matt Lapincheck. Potter's seeming a little bit off here tonight, not being able to find his receivers. And after another quick 3 and out for Downers Grove, they're going to have to punt this ball back to Danko. Have not seen him have a punt return yet. That was not a fair catch. Anthony Smith the punt. That one almost blocked there. That ball's going to get a nice roll, and that's going to stop right around the 31-yard line in Duke's territory. So good punt there from Anthony Smith. Winston, the Dukes now going to have to move the ball down the field efficiently, as they are going to have to drive 69 yards to get into the end zone. Connor, what kind of play calls do you think we can expect here on this drive? We saw them really trying to air it out in the last one. It just didn't work. Do you think they go back to that to try and, because it did work in the first half, or do you think they go lean more on the run?
You know, I think it's got to be a mixture of both, mixing in some passing plays, some short passes, some deep passes along with the run, and that should lead to success.
We see a run here to start off the drive. Mellion picking up 2 yards on the carry.
Bring up 2nd down.
This defensive line has looked a lot better on the running plays here in the second half. Winton takes the snap. Another handoff to Mellion. Mellion swallowed up behind the line. Great tackle there by number 45, Jace Modine. They're going to say that Mellion did get back to the line to gain, so that will be a 3rd down and 7 still after that last play. 6:10 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Duke's faced with another 3rd down here.
TJ, we're starting to see what we saw, the DGS defensive line that we saw in the first half of last week's game when they played Downers North, that very physical line that did an excellent job of stopping the run.
Winton takes this one, looking to pass it. Winton getting out of the pocket, and he's just going to run for this one himself. Big collision at the 1st down marker. He leans his shoulder in there to try and move the chains. No confirmation yet whether he got it or not. He was right there, pushed out of bounds. I think they're going to mark him just a couple inches short of the 1st down to go. With it being this close to the first down marker, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Fitz elects to keep Winton and the offense out there.
Just about 5 minutes left, and again, still want to put some more points up on the board to get that running clock. Then you can really start to slow things down because you have nothing to worry about.
Timeout is taken by York.
York Dukes here are going to call a timeout to talk this fourth down conversion play over one more time. And as we take a break here, slow start to the second half. 26-0 still our score. The York Dukes lead the Mustangs. 4:58 left to go. We're going to take a short break here. You've been watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network.
Short.
Back from the timeout now. Big fourth down play here for the Dukes. DGS gets a stop. They get the ball in great field position, but Melian is going to pick up the first down and a lot more. Dropping the shoulder and gaining an extra 5 yards after contact. Able to work his way up to the 50-yard line for a 10-yard gain. They're going to rush back up to the line. Going to be a flag there as Melian picks up another 5 as DGS did not get all their men off the field, so that's going to be a flag for too many players on the field is what I believe the call will be.
Penalty is on Downers Grove South. I believe it's a legal substitution.
Jay-Sean Babber's the one who was called for the flag as he was not off the field onto the sideline before Winton called the snap. So that's going to move them even farther forward after that Melian run. So now it'll be a first down and 10 to go from the 30-yard line.
They're getting a lot of help from that penalty there. Now they're in a great spot at the 30-yard line.
Whistle on the field. Good time for a shout out to our DGS cheerleaders out there tonight. Looks like we have a timeout on the
All that confusion on the field for nothing as Downers Grove South will call a timeout. So we will go to a short break here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to finish up the second half here on York Sports Network. Back from timeout now. First down and 10 from the 40. Winton takes the snap, hands this one off to Melian. Melian up to the 35-yard line with a gain of 5.
Another nice run from Melian. This is his third consecutive game with over 100 rushing yards. So each game he's played in so far this year, 100-plus rushing yards. Very impressive to start the season. He ended the year with 748, I believe. Something around that ballpark. So he's on pace to break that by a pretty wide margin.
And after that first down carry, Melian's going to get it right back, working his way up inside the 35-yard line, wrapped up and tackled down at the 30 or at the 28.
First down for York.
First down gained by Melian, and that's going to move the chains again. He's been very efficient here tonight. Melian to get the ball again after picking up that last first down. He's going to break away. He's at the 15-10, breaks a tackle, and dives into the end zone. Jake Melian is going to be marked down 1 yard short of the end zone. That was a great play there from Melian. Looked to us from our angle that he just snuck in there, but they're going to mark him down just short, taking away his 25-yard touchdown run. Wouldn't be surprised if they gave it right back to him to finish off that great play he just had. Winton snaps it, first and goal. Melian gets it and gets back into the end zone. Melian's second touchdown today. One in the first half, one in the second. That's the first point scored here in the third quarter. Dukes take an even bigger lead now, up 32-0. And this Dukes offense has been firing on all cylinders all night long.
Yeah, TJ, that's a nice possession for the Dukes. Nice offensive drive. Only in second straight game with 160 rushing yards. Absolutely incredible so far.
As Glotz kicks another one through the uprights. Still perfect on the year. No misses yet for him. 33-0 our score here. And as we await the kickoff, we're going to take a short break off of the huge Melian rush and Melian 1 yard touchdown run. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network. Back now from the Melian touchdown rush we saw a few seconds ago. Glotz kicks this one away. Going to be fielded by DGS and returned starting at the 5. They're able to get right around the 20-yard line. Same if they just took a knee. That return there by number 34, Josiah Oatferman. This DGS offense has really been stagnant all night, but Connor, do you think it's just the offense just hasn't been playing well, or do you think it's just because the York Dukes defense has just been that dominant so far during the game?
think it's a combination of both, but I think heavily has to do with how well this Duke's defense has been playing. I mean, they've just pretty much dominated their opponents from week one. They've been excellent so far throughout the course of the season in all 3 of their non-conference games.
Potter going to fake the handoff, getting a quick pass out there to the tight end, Matt Lapacek. He's been targeted 6 times, 3 catches for about 25 yards.
First down, Mustang.
That's the first down picked up for DGS in the second half. So a little bit of momentum now as they're making a late substitution. Potter takes this one, hands it off to Davis. Davis breaks away from Troutman, and Georges, and Davis is turning on the burners. He's up at the 50, bringing another tackle as Jonathan Souza takes him down, but he takes him down by the horse collar. That's going to be an extra 15 yards on the 20-yard rush from Caden Smith, actually the running back on that last play. Deion Davis off on the sideline, and the junior Caden Smith comes in and makes an electric play, setting up DGS at the 38 before the penalty.
Horse collar tackle there.
I mean, that's pretty much the first real running play, real explosive play from this offense tonight. And this gives them some great field position, especially with the flag thrown on the horse collar tackle. Now they're going to be placed at the 22-yard line. They finally are in prime position to score.
Potter off the huge play, and that penalty set him up at the 22-yard line. Another handoff here, this time not going anywhere is Caden Smith. They're ready for this run play. Stop right at the line of scrimmage. Potter on the second down and long. This one from the 23-yard line. Another handoff, this time to Davis. Davis able to push forward to about the 20-yard line. Going to be marked down at the 21.
Caden Smith again.
Third down and 9 to go. 50 seconds and ticking left in this third quarter. Mustangs threatening after the huge run play by Caden Smith. Potter on third down, gets his pass out quickly through the hands once again to Cameron Casper. This receiving core has really struggled to hold on to passes here tonight. Will Potter putting the ball right where he needs to, but just hasn't amounted to anything. As it now brings up a 4th and 8. And being down 33, the Downers Grove South Mustangs have decided to go for this on the 20-yard line. They have to get to the 12 to pick this one up.
Yeah, teacher, their kicker was warming up on the sideline, but they ultimately elect to go for it on 4th down. Nothing to lose, down 33. Why not see what your offense has here?
Potter stepping back, delivering a strike to his receiver, and a great catch made there by Casper, making up for the last drop. And he's able to catch that ball inside the 10-yard line. The Mustangs in a real great position to put some points up on the scoreboard, this also being their first trip to the red zone here tonight.
Well, Casper gets in front of Jonathan Salza, and he's able to get enough separation where Salza can't get his hand and swat the ball out of the way, and he picks up a nice catch, and now they're inside the 10-yard line.
No play here, though, as that clock has hit 0 here in the third quarter. 1 left to go. Dukes lead 33-0 currently, but Will Potter has the Mustangs in the red zone with the last completion to Cameron Casper. We will see what the fourth quarter has in store for us in a couple of minutes here. We will take a quick short break. Don't go anywhere for fourth quarter action here on York Sports Network. Now back at the start of the fourth quarter. Potter's going to hand this one off to Davis. Davis looking to break free and get in the end zone. Barely stopped there at the 1 yard line. Charlie Georges making the touchdown-saving tackle. Duke still pitching a shutout here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but it seems very likely that the Mustangs will break that right here on this next play as it's second down and goal from the 1 yard line. Mustangs in goal line formation. This handoff goes to Davis. No immediate signal from the refs.
Second down.
They're going to call him short, bringing up now a third down. Duke's looking to make a goal line stand, mere centimeters from the goal line. Be very interesting to see here if the Mustangs decide to go right back to Davis or if they just want to see if Potter can get in with a quick QB sneak. The Duke's really going to have a huge push here to stop him from getting in. Another handoff. This time they are going to get in, and that is a touchdown right there. That touchdown ran in by, looks like to be number 96, Isaiah Williams, who's a defensive lineman, so they brought him in right there, and he's going to get the first points of the game up on the scoreboard for the Downers Grove South Mustangs.
Touchdown for the Mustangs.
Yeah, nice run there. Really nice overall drive, TJ, and it was really highlighted by that one big play that brought them to the 20-yard line, and they were able to run the ball in for a touchdown, and now they're only...
Extra point is good. And it's
that extra point barely staking through the uprights there.
And with the extra point, good. Now they're only trailing by 26 points, TJ.
And with that, we're going to take a short break here before the kickoff happens. 33-7 our score, 10:48 left to go in this game. We're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You are watching York Sports Network. Kickoff after the touchdown. That's going to be a short one. Birnbaum able to pick that one up off the bounce. He's still pushing forward up to the 30-yard line, getting some help from his fellow special teams teammates. They're going to mark him down right at the 37-yard line. York Duke's going to trot back out here. Looks like to be Bruno Massel, the backup quarterback. The junior coming out here to take over the quarterback role as he's going to relieve Sean Winton, and looks like his day is going to be done here.
Yeah, TJ, Bruno's made an appearance in all 3 games. This is the earliest he's appeared in a game with majority of the 4th quarter left to go. And he's got decent short ball accuracy and can run too.
On that first down play, quick rush up the middle by Fennell, able to get 4 yards here.
Adam Fennell was the 3rd down back last season. He got his fair share of carries for a 3rd down back. But he didn't get a lot of work so far this year.
Massel running this one up the middle. Plenty of space for him right there. He breaks it up to the 49-yard line. Gain of 10 there for Massel on his first rushing attempt of the game. And just to take a quick look over at the student section here at Downers Grove South High School, completely emptied out here in the 4th quarter. 9:50 left to go on the clock. But that's what happens when a blowout like this happens, as the Dukes have just really dominated this football game. Massel the handoff. Adam Fennell able to get plenty of space. Another broken tackle. Fennell pushed out at the 27-yard line. Great run from him there of a gain of 25 yards. Adam Fennell, not much playing time here tonight, but that's a great run right there. With a lead this large, I would definitely imagine he's going to get plenty more attempts to do something like that again.
Yeah, nice run from Fennell, and it was highlighted by a nasty stiff arm. He just throws the safety to the ground and says, "Not today, buddy."
As Massel looking to pass this time, that ball to Finton Helm, and once again, he's not able to come up with it. Not happy with himself right there as that hit him right in the numbers. It was a great throw on the run from Massel.
Yeah, that's another drop pass from Finton, and he's just really having a hard time reeling in these passes here tonight. We saw him drop one earlier after he's dropped his last 2 targets after that big reception earlier this game.
Massel on a 2nd and 10 now. He's going to hand this one off to Fennell once again, and Adam Fennell going to gain about 4 yards, making it a much more manageable 3rd down with a 3rd down and 6 coming up. Clocking out, under 9 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Massel off the play fake. He's going to throw it again to Finton Helm. He's going to catch this one. He's inside the 10-yard line. Getting into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the York Dukes. There is a flag, though, thrown back at the 12-yard line. Great job by Helm to evade his tacklers and get into the end zone. Most likely going to be a holding penalty.
That'll bring it back.
That one being on Josiah Deshabathini. And that's going to bring back the huge scoring play, and that would have been Massel's first passing touchdown of the season. But instead, it's going to make it a 3rd down try now. Still technically gain yards on that play, though.
Yes, they did, TJ, and that's just so deflating because after he dropped after Helm dropped his last reception, he's able to reel it in, bring it to the end zone for what would have been his first touchdown catch of the year. Unfortunately, there was a flag and it got called back, and that's just got to be one of the worst feelings as a receiver.
Hand off to Fennell from Massel. He's able to pick up the first down and more, bringing it to the 17-yard line, back in the red zone. The Dukes had a little trouble earlier in the red zone with the fumble from Melian. But other than that, been perfect. Went inside the 20-yard line.
TJ Adam Fennell with 4 carries for 40 yards. That is ridiculous. 10 yards a carry right now. Just tearing up this defense.
Another hand. Massel able to run this one in for another touchdown on a first down and 10. That's a 17-yard rush and a first rushing touchdown of the year for Bruno Massel. Just all green grass ahead of him. There was no one there to contest him on his way into the end zone, and that's just going to extend this lead even further now to 39-7, awaiting the extra point from Damian Glodz.
And Massel showing off his speed there. He's great with using his legs, and he picks up the rushing touchdown. That is Bruno's first touchdown at the varsity level, so congratulations to Bruno Massel III. But that's a great run, TJ. Able to trot into the end zone. No one even came close to touching him.
Extra point is away here, and Damian Glodz knocks it down once again, putting the score up now to 47 with 7:40 left on the clock. And while we wait for the kickoff, we're going to take a short break here. Don't go anywhere. Catch these last 7 minutes and 40 seconds of action, all here on York Sports Network. Glodz to kick this ball back to Downers Grove South, looking to carry the momentum from their last offensive possession, as that one is going to be a great kick, barely missing the end zone. Davis able to return that one up to the 15-yard line. Lucky got anything after that. Just a great kick right there and a real good bounce he got. So Potter looking to make something of this drive as well as he did on the last one, getting him some more points on the scoreboard. Only 7:33 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, TJ, it almost looked like Downer South was looking to play it, the bounce, and just take the touchback. Instead, it almost just completely stopped moving and spun a different direction and was hanging around the goal line, so Davis was forced to pick it up and try and play it.
Snap, throw, and that one is caught over on the left sideline. New face by Josh Weber, the one who catches it, and a new quarterback in now, that being number 10, Dominic West, the junior quarterback, giving DGS a new look out there. West, a lefty, so definitely something the Dukes haven't seen yet, as they've only faced right-handed quarterbacks, so maybe could give them a little bit of trouble adjusting at first, but on that play there, brings up a 2nd down and 2. West taking the snap, but that's over his head. He's just going to have to dive on that one. That's all the way back at the 5, and after a great first down play, the bad snap there from the center is going to cost them a chance at making another good drive happen. Coming straight off of a touchdown, that's the momentum you wanted to see, and they just messed it up.
Yeah, that was a brutal snap right there, and that's going to push them all the way back to the 5-yard line. Makes it 3rd and 21, so it's going to be really hard to convert here.
West's going to have to make a big play happen here with his arm. 1 for 1. He's going to throw this just out of bounds near the intended target was number 4, Jackson Grant. That was way over his head. He had no chance at that one. And now the punting unit's going to come back out as that is their 3rd 3 and out in the second half. Anthony Smith going to be punting this. New returner out there, I believe that is Jack Birnbaum. Him and Danko split the kick returning work, and with this being a big blowout here, Birnbaum's going to get the punting attempt too. He's going to be setting up at the 40, about right around the 40-yard line.
Birnbaum's been starting on special teams pretty much all year, and he really gets his opportunity to make an impact on the return game without Chris Danko.
That ball going to Birnbaum's left. He's going to catch it on the run. He's going to cut it back up the middle. Tackled right at the 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
Birnbaum doing a good job of getting about 6 yards on that return and setting up the Dukes in great field position right at the 28-yard line. Massel coming out for his second drive of the night. He's going to hand this one off to his running back. Number 28, Noah Moskal. That's his first rushing attempt of the season. He's able to pick up 3 yards. Moskal more known for his receiving game last year on the sophomore team, but he does both here for Varsity, playing running back and wide receiver. Massel takes a snap and fakes the handoff. He's going to explode up the middle, and Massel's going to have another rushing touchdown. Bruno Massel, great fake there to Moskal after the short gain, and he's going to take it right up the middle, not even touched by a Downers Grove South defender. And, wow, he can really move out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's so elusive, TJ, and he's just so fast. He's got 57 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and he is just tearing up this run defense for the Mustangs and just rubbing salt in the wound as that makes it 46-7.
Glides away in the snap for the PAT.
Extra point.
And that one is right down the middle. 47 to 7, our score. The Dukes lead by 40. 3 points shy of that 50 mark. 5:11 left to go as Glides and the kicking unit will come back out to kick it off to Downers Grove South. We'll see if the new quarterback for Downers Grove South, Dominic West, can come up with something on this next drive. But while we are waiting for that kickoff, we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You are watching York Sports Network. Kickoff away. This time, Brennan Kennedy coming out to kick it. The backup kicker and starting punter for the Dukes. As there is a return there by the Mustangs, that being number 5, Caden Smith. We've seen him playing running back quite a bit here in the second half. As Dominic West is going to lead this Mustangs offense back out onto the field. They're going to get decent starting position at the 25-yard line. Now a running clock as the Dukes are up 40 points. West takes the snap. Fake. He's going to hand this one off to his running back. Only going to be a gain of 3 there for Anthony Smith. He called his name a couple times tonight, but as the punter, he also plays running back. West taking the snap and handing this one right back off to Smith. This time, however, Smith is not going to go anywhere as he is wrapped up by a couple of Duke's defenders. Specifically, number 20, Danny Wagner. Clock now under the 3-minute mark here on this 3rd down and 4. West going to hand it off again, this time to Smith, and Smith's going to get stopped at the line by number 50, Angelo Martiri.
Nice tackle there from Angie. Gets his first of the game as his clock continues to wind down, and it looks like this drive really isn't going to go anywhere. 4th and 3. Just looking to make a stop, get the ball, and run the clock out.
West looking to pick up the second 4th down conversion of the night for DGS, but instead there's going to be a penalty on the Dukes. That's going to be an offsides, and that's going to push the chains without the 4th down attempt. So that's going to be a 1st down for the Mustangs. Ball now placed at the 37-yard line. 1:45 left to go. West with a man in motion. Hands it off to his wide receiver, Jackson Grant. Grant making a great move up to the 50-yard line as he trips and falls, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
It's going to bring a 1st down for the Mustangs.
Mustangs starting to put something together here with 1:15 left to go.
TJ, with the game almost over, who was the most impressive player